Hello and welcome to Temple Update. I'm Cody Butler.
And I'm Maxine Bentzel. Students crowded outside of Sullivan Hall to protest the termination of an African American studies professor. Professor Anthony Montieros' contract was not renewed after teaching at the university for 10 years. After Monday's rally, Temple's president, Dr. Neil Theobald, said he would review Montieros' termination. Professor Montiero has been an outspoken critic of the administration of the Department of African American Studies, and he kept up that criticism.
You can have a Department of African American Studies without teaching the radical tradition and the traditions of socialism. And if that's what you're telling me, then you're telling me that you want a department built upon a lie.
Associate Vice President for Executive Communications stated Temple University takes pride in its unique and diverse community of scholars, honoring freedom of speech and its role as an anchor in the North Philadelphia community. Personnel decisions like these are extremely difficult and were made only after thoughtful consideration and consultation. The decisions not to renew the contracts were made in accordance with the university processes that were developed, vetted, and approved by Temple's academic community. The College of Liberal Arts Dean Sufis was unavailable for comment.
The medical examiner has confirmed bacteria meningitis has the cause of death of a Drexel University student, Stephanie Ross. Ross was found unpronounced in her sorority house early Monday. Drexel University has taken precautions to prevent further spread of the infection. Students who were in direct contact with Ross were encouraged to seek medical attention. Temple University Health Services is taking precautions and has tips for students to stay healthy. The Director of Student and Employee Health Services stressed the importance of staying healthy. Symptoms of meningitis may include rash, neck pain, and flu-like symptoms and can only be contracted into the close contact with the...
Just typical good hygiene. Washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, coughing into your sleeve. Don't smoke at all, but if you do, don't share cigarettes, don't share cups or other eating utensils. We really push for those to get the vaccine, and even throughout the year we try to remind those who may have declined for some reason, it's still available, they can get it here in student health.
Symptoms of meningitis may include rash, neck pain, and flu-like symptoms and can only be contracted in close contact with another person. No further cases of meningitis have been discovered yet at Drexel's campus.
And the days of walking in campus buildings without security may be coming to an end. $250,000 will go towards security hardware on doors as well as audio alarms. The decision follows the Board of Trustees' recommendation to allocate funds to Anderson and Gladfelder Hall after the attack on Professor Gopal Veerswamy last fall. And this winter, off-campus students have had to endure more than just cold temperatures. Let's go live to Marianna Zimmerman, who's outside University Village, to tell us about how much staying warm is costing students. Marianna?
That's right. University Village is just one of the many off-campus student housing options where students have to pay the price for their own energy bills.
We're out. How'd that sound?
These meters record the total amount of electricity used and are the key to the monthly bill many students receive while they live off campus. However, this winter's frigid temperatures have generated electric bills that students are not accustomed to.
On average, we pay about $30 each, which would total around like $90 to $100.
Average monthly payment is probably $20 to $25 per person.
The price of electricity is skyrocketing due to the harsh winter, and when some students received their electric bill in the mail, they were stunned.
This bill was like 3 times higher. I think our bill was like $296 this month. I thought they missed a payment from us or something. I didn't expect it to be that high.
Last month's bill was like $300, and that's about $200 more than last year.
What some students are not aware of is that they have a variable rate for electricity, meaning it can change at any time. Julianne saw an increase from 9 cents per kilowatt hour to 19 cents, more than a 100% increase. Since demand has been high this winter, so has the prices.
We try to keep the thermostat around 70 so we won't be too hot or too cold, but we do turn it down when the weather is warmer.
Not only do energy costs affect students, but also residents all over the region. Pennsylvania's general attorney is currently investigating the recent spike in energy bills.
I think it's a good idea that they're investigating because these seem to be very high rates for normal.
Kathleen Kane, Pennsylvania's Attorney General, says consumers can aid her investigation by sending documentation to the State Bureau of Consumer Protection. Although today is not the best example, we have seen warmer temperatures this week, so hopefully soon students and residents will start to see their bills decline. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Marianna Zimmerman.
Thanks, Marianne. Just when you thought we could have turned that heat down, Mother Nature gives us that 20-degree weather. Aryann Cuda is standing by in the Weather Center with the latest. Aryann, blow us away.
Thanks, guys. It is freezing out there today, and that wind. I had a hard time making my way in today, and to think that yesterday's high was 67 degrees. But let's not look too much into the past since it's only in the mid-20 today. It's currently 25 degrees with a high of 31. Thankfully, there's a 0% chance of rain. However, it is extremely windy out there, as I mentioned. There's a possibility of wind gusts as high as 46 miles per hour today. So, Sally the sorority girl is all bundled up, making sure to hold on to all of her belongings on her way to class today. I'll have tonight's conditions and the rest of your 5-day forecast later in the show, so make sure to stay tuned.
Students will be seeing an increase on cost of campus housing next fall. Freshmen that are living in Peabody and Johnson and Hardwick will see a 2.8% increase, while those choosing to stay in Morgan Hall will have their bills going up 7.5%. Meal plans were also raised by Sudoxo.
And one of the newest housing options may sport cherry and white, but it is not part of on-campus housing. Updates Taggart Houck checked out the View on Montgomery.
Located on 12th and Montgomery Street, the View at Montgomery is a new apartment building set to open early this August. The 11,000 square foot building will offer 25 different floor plan styles and provide over 800 beds for students choosing to live off campus. I spoke with Mark Caltabiano, general manager of the View, about the proximity of the building to campus.
It has a great proximity to the main academic buildings of Temple University while maintaining the freedom of choice of being an off-campus housing option.
Students are also taking note of the View.
I think the View is a great consideration for me for an off-campus living just because it's proximity to campus.
In addition to its proximity to campus, the View's goal is to attract students with its modern design.
We wanted something that felt fresh for the campus, fit in with the campus and the surrounding neighborhood, but really had a lot of vibrancy for it and brought some excitement.
The pricing of the View varies for different room styles, from single studio apartments costing around $1,400 per month to 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments costing around $800 per month per person. The apartments are set to be fully furnished and include various amenities.
We have a 24/7 front desk concierge. We have on-site maintenance and on-site management.
The building is not full, but is sold out of several floor plans and is expecting to lease most of its rooms before the start of next semester. Students are not the only ones who can live in the building when it opens, as leases will also be available to the public. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Taggart Houck.
Construction is proceeding for the new building on 12th and Paulette. The Science Education Research Center will provide new technology and laboratory spaces for student learning. Currently, science classes are being held in Barton and Beery Halls. The building will have advanced technology to help students research in the classroom. The construction of the $137 million project is set to be completed this June.
And after hearing some rumors about a new element of SEPTA service, Temple Update's Karen Fisher went underground to find out if overnight subway service will soon be available for night owls.
SEPTA officials have announced that they are considering extending subway service past midnight on the weekends. This proposed change is in response to an online petition that gathered over 2,000 supporters.
Well, we have been looking into this for a while. We've had a lot of people, elected officials, community activists, coming to us and asking us about restarting the 24/7 service on the Broad Street line and Market Frankfurt line.
Overnight subway service was done away with in the early 90s due to security and budgetary concerns. Today, things have changed. Philadelphia now has a robust transportation police force, as well as access to more security technology. The city has changed as well, as more and more people enjoy the nightlife that Philly has to offer. In light of these changes, SEPTA has decided to launch a pilot program.
It would start probably at the end of June, and it would cover extending service on the subway and the elevated line only on Friday and Saturday night, maybe until about 3 o'clock.
Currently, the subway stops running at around 12:30 p.m. and the Night Owl bus operates along the subway's route above ground. If SEPTA decides to make these changes permanent, the Night Owl bus will be retired and all service will direct to the subway. We spoke to some Temple students about whether or not they would use late-night subway service.
I would definitely use it, a lot. There have been many situations in which I've had to worry about not being able to reach the subway.
It would be great for me. I sometimes find at night that I need to do lots of big print jobs, so it would be really nice to go from my apartment back to campus.
If SEPTA does choose to reinstate 24-hour service, that will mean the city will be more accessible not only for Temple students, but for all residents. For Temple Update, I'm Karen Fisher.
Internships can take students behind the scenes, but many don't get the opportunity to be in Fashion Week. Updates, London correspondent Jane Jarvis follows one student's journey down the catwalk.
GARDNER is participating in the opportunity of a lifetime by interning for one of the local designers who took part during London Fashion Week, Nico Dodana. As Fashion Week approached, Mark had his hands full.
I promote for his social media. I use Photoshop a lot. I actually helped them a lot with London Fashion Week, creating boards and creating flyers and sending out press releases, invitations, making a guest list. It's different from anything I ever had done before.
Nico has been pleased by Mark's hard work so far this semester, but there is one thing that they're still having a bit of trouble with.
Mark has been very good. Sometimes I don't understand his strong accent, but no, yes, it's been good. He's a very good student.
Nico's main concern, other than his new collection, is for his interns to gain something from their internship experiences, rather than sitting back and taking the easy way out.
The advice I give to the potential intern is that, interning is your gateway to your job. Give as much as you can, because even though a lot of people think he's only an intern, I don't need to. Well, we as employer take notes. We know what you are capable of.
And Mark seems to have taken Nico's advice in stride.
I'm just so grateful just to be here and to be able to work for Nico and to learn, how London and the British and Italians work differently from us back at home. So it's definitely different, and I don't take it for granted, not one day.
Interning abroad is an opportunity that only about 1% of American college students take advantage of. So with his strong work ethic and positive attitude, Mark is sure to leave his mark on the London fashion industry and with employers back at home as well. Reporting for Temple Update in London, I'm Jade Jarvis.
Students and faculty at Temple's Ambler campus bloomed at the Philadelphia Flower Show. The exhibit entitled Taminen's Track, the Path to Portrayal Exhibit of the Past, conveyed the message of conversation. The exhibit received 3 awards at the annual Flower Show. Coming up on Temple Update, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. The Office of Sustainability is devoting a whole week to make campus shine like a diamond.
Use that weight.
March is National Nutrition Month, and this year the theme is to enjoy taste of eating right. Eating healthy can be challenging, but it does not have to be expensive. One tip is to stock up on fruits and vegetables and use them for snacks instead of processed food. The campaign by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics encourage people to make good food choices and create healthy eating and exercise habits. Nutrition plays a key role in staying healthy, but you have to work out to see results. Updates, Diana Padre hit the gym for some tips on how to shape up.
The weather seems to be unpredictable so far this season.
But with spring slowly approaching, students are finding their way to the gym more than before. It may not look like spring is here due to the rising and fall temperatures, but students are continuing to get ready for the warm weather soon to come. Many students have battled with conditions like freshman 15. 15 pounds might have come easier than expected with the past holidays and the effects of the polar vortex. Many students chose to stay inside. Temple alumni June Maloney gives a few tips for students trying to adjust to this unpredictable weather while also staying active.
It's been hard with snow and ice, and it's hard to really plan out any kind of exercise routine. So Temple offers great services.
Studies say 20% of college students struggle with an eating disorder, but Temple makes it easy for students to stay active regardless of weather conditions by offering fitness classes like Zumba, yoga, cardio kick, and kickboxing, just to name a few. One tip to keep in mind, the food on your lips will leave a mark on your hips. Other than inside activities, students are finding their way outside on the track and on the green. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Diana Padre.
And for the 7th year in a row, Temple's Office of Sustainability is hosting Recycle-Mania, a nationwide competition that seeks to promote waste reduction within the United States. Universities collect data on the trash and recycling each campus accumulates over an 8-week period. The competition is judged based on highest recycling rate.
Use Recycle-Mania as a way to kind of do spring cleaning, do a paper purge, and then those numbers help build up our Recycle-Mania numbers.
Eligible materials for Recycle-Mania include paper bottles, cans, cardboard, and food service organics. And Temple is continuing to go green even after Recycle-Mania through their green buildings. 5 buildings around campus are now LEED certified. The newly renovated Pearson and McGonigal Hall harvests rainwater to flush toilets. And the architecture building has a green roof that covers 60% of the surface and a glass wall that helps minimize the need for artificial light. Morgan Hall has lighting controls and environmentally friendly glass.
Temple's newest residence space. Morgan Hall is proving to be an important part of the Temple community. After years in the making and hundreds
The other LEED certified buildings are the Medical Education and Research Building as well as Montgomery Parking Garage.
Still to come, we'll go live to Memphis.
And what will this weather bring next? Aryann Cuda will have your 5-day forecast.
We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Becca Hendrickson for the Sports Desk. We made it to March. Owl fans and the nation's top college hoop teams are just itching to dance. Now, just because all signs this season said the Temple team will be hanging up their shoes early, doesn't mean they didn't share in a little March madness. Down at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, all you country fans like me are kicking yourselves for not going on this trip. Here's what you need to know from regulation. This guy, the guy of the night, Isaiah Sykes, with a career high 36 points, 4.9 seconds left. He thinks this is in, but it's not. Overtime, Will Cummings coming down the bend with the pickpocket and the lay-in. Knotted again at 82, excuse me. Sykes again, 9 seconds to make it, but do I hear an air ball from the Cherry Crusade? Overtime, Cummings again with the lay-in for the short lead. But this is where it gets ugly. You got to count them. 1, 2, 3, 9 misses right here. But give Quentin DeCozy a little bit of love. He has a career-high 28 points on the night, including this deep ball 3, but that's all the Owls are going to get. And they're going to lose this one 94-90. Now, the Sports Desk had a crew at this inaugural American Athletic Conference tourney. Let's go live to Tommy Sladek down in Memphis. Tommy, I know you guys are packing your bags just a little earlier than you had hoped, but what can you tell us about your experience?
Hey, Becca, I know that we're heading home a little bit earlier than we wanted to, but I've really been having a great time, enjoying some great food, some really nice sunny weather. But as we all know, every good thing has to come to an end. And last night's loss to UCF marked the end of Temple men's basketball season.
The last time these two teams met, Temple came out victorious 86-78. But that win came without the presence of UCF standout Isaiah Sykes. The senior led all scorers with a massive 36 points. Will Cummings talked about Sykes' impact after the game.
It just showed us what we knew he could do, slashing to the basket, making plays.
he was knocking out some jump shots today and kind of got everything going early.
The Owls will have one more year to enjoy the leadership and hustle that Cummings brings to the team. The junior dropped 25 Wednesday night, giving him a total of 79 points combined in 3 games against UCF. He also passed for 9 assists, giving him his career high. The point guard will surely enjoy having Quentin DeCozy to dish to come next fall. DeCozy scored his career high of 28 points, including 6 3-pointers. Coach FRAN DUNPHY is optimistic about next year's squad.
I like where we are. I like where we're headed, and I thought this particular group did about as good as they could do in a very challenging situation.
You only have one banter question. Despite lone senior Dalton Pepper, everyone on the Owls roster will be returning next season. These guys know how to play. They've seen the minutes, and I think they're going to make some big noise come next fall.
Right, and Tommy, it has been the Owls' worst season in their 119 years of existence, more than 20 losses and single-digit wins. But like you said, there are some positives looking forward. I want to talk to you a little about Quentin DeCozy. He's only a sophomore, and he's been having a breakout season.
Quentin DeCozy, man, he has really been hitting it from beyond the arc. As we know, last night he hit 6 3-pointers and got his career high of 28 points. But another thing that we have to look at is he grabbed 5 boards and 4 assists last night. So, and with the return of Will Cummings dishing it to him, they're going to be very dangerous come next year.
All right, thank you, Tommy. I hope you guys have a safe trip back up north. And the end of basketball season means the beginning of spring sports season, and a lot of those teams are in their last year due to the budget cuts we've been following. Make sure to keep following us at TU_SportsDesk as well as on our website for all the latest. Cody?
Thanks, guys. We are heading to break. We'll be right back.
Now this week, felt more like spring break, but the cold wind was really gusting this morning. Man, did it do a number on my hair.
I hope that it warms up, and I think tomorrow is supposed to. Aryann is in the weather desk. Aryann, what can we expect?
Well, guys, this weekend will definitely be nicer than today's weather of 31 degrees, but tonight we're going to see a low of around 19 degrees. So you're going to have to turn up your heat at least for tonight. Tomorrow there will be a high of 49 degrees with mostly sunny skies, and at night we'll see an increase in humidity that will lead us into the weekend with some warmer weather. Most of the day Saturday will be partly sunny with a high of 59 degrees, and at night temperatures will drop to 34. On Sunday we'll see mostly sunny skies with a high of around 49 degrees, which is perfect weather for everyone who will be making their way out for the St. Paddy's Day parade. Later that night, expect a low of around 25 degrees. And heading into your week, Mother Nature is not being very nice for St. Paddy's Day. There will be mostly cloudy skies with a high of 38 degrees and a 40% chance of precipitation throughout the day. That's all for now, but for the latest weather updates, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TU_WeatherWatch. For Temple Update's Weather Center, I'm Aryann Cuda.
That's all for Temple Update. More news and information. Check us out on www.templeupdate.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Temple Update.
You can also watch live on templetv.net. Also, Verizon Fios Channel 45, Comcast 50. For Maxine and the rest of the Update team, I'm Cody Butler. We'll see you next time.